the thing is, before, I was going to pull out one of the books here, atheists used to argue for the positive position that there was a world without God. But then what happened, there was an argument to change this language, to move it from the word to without, to mean, say, the absence of belief.
Absolutely.
So they no longer had to argue the positive.
Which is why I believe the more accurate position is you can either label yourself an atheist. I do not believe there's a God. I'm telling you, I know that for a fact. Then there's agnostic, and
but you're somewhere in between.
Theist, or I believe you can be agnostic theist, agnostic atheist.
Okay.
And in my mind, that's the logical position for where everyone should sit.
Okay, but James, do you know if you will live or die tomorrow?
No.
You don't know? You're agnostic on it. Do you act like you're gonna die tomorrow? No.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
I
Have you even written your will?
So yeah, well I know it's going to pass to my parents, which is what I want at this time. Like,
no, you want to do.
My missus get hands on it just yet. Like, we're not married yet.
Oh, you don't want her to see this, mate.
But like I act in terms of I live my life, and I live my life with no regrets. I changed this very, very recently in my life, so I go to sleep every night knowing that if I were to be judged, that I could stand up and hold myself tall with all the decisions that I made, and I don't say no to any opportunities that pass me by. If someone said tomorrow I've got a free ticket to go here, let's go, let's do it.
Okay.
Also, I understand that there is a very likelihood, based on statistics, that I'm not going to die tomorrow, and that if you just view me as an average person, I'm probably going to live 70 to 90 years old. So I have to budget and financially plan my life as if that's also a possibility.
Exactly. This is the point I'm saying, is that you're agnostic about certain things, where you're agnostic about other things, but other things you act upon. Like you're going to live till you're 80 or 90.
The Gnosticism comes with the evidence. So if I was provided with the evidence that I had cancer riddling my body, I would act a little bit different.
God forbid.
I will say God forbid.
Yeah, God forbid. So you reckon the evidence that you've come across, that something comes from nothing, or it's 50-50. Finishing question. Do you reckon that the agnosticism is 50-50?
This is where it comes from. So I do not believe that you can have a conversation about whether or not there was a creator unless you can say something had a start or a beginning.
Okay.
And a lot of people mislabel the Big Bang as that's when scientists say the universe began. It went from nothing to something via the Big Bang.
Okay.
And it's not true. What they're saying was the Big Bang was a point in time where everything was collected in a hot, dense state.
Infinitesimally dense.
And it wasn't nothing. In fact, it was everything that's currently in the universe was there.
But that means in nothing, everything is everywhere.
No, but it didn't come from nothing. It was everything that is here right now.
It's infinitely dense in there. But
and then that exploded.
I remember there was an article. Yeah, that's a singularity.
But we don't know.
But I remember reading an article, and you have to understand when you become absurd in these kind of positions. I was reading an article a long time ago, if I remember, around 15 years ago, called Snap, Crackle and Pop. It says that these universe, technically, if you say nothing is everything in these infinitely dense points of nothingness, then the universe.
I've never used the word nothing. I've never used the word nothing. All I'm saying is everything we have in the universe, all the energy was crushed into one point. That is not nothing.
So we say.
Some people say before that was nothing.
Okay.
I'm saying before that was just another state that we do not know about.
Take care of yourself. Have a good one, man.
State that we do not know about. All I'm saying is that is a point in the universe's history that we've been able to trace it back to. So I have not been able to say that that is the start of the universe, and I believe in you. How can something come from nothing? In fact, the laws of thermodynamics tell me it cannot. It tells me that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. So therefore, it leads me to believe that Big Bang was just a point in the universe's history, and the fact that all the sum total of the energy then is the same as the sum total of the energy now tells me that there is a very good chance, I cannot say for certain, that the universe is infinite. It has always existed with this amount of matter, this amount of energy, and it just changes states and changes forms, and one of those points between changing states was the Big Bang.
Okay, so thank you, James.
If it's infinite, no start.
Okay, so you believe in the Big Crunch and the Big Bang then, right?
That's one possibility.
That's more or less what you seem to be describing.
But I'm saying that's one possibility we're yet to disprove. There's a million other possibilities of how the universe could be infinite. And until someone shows me, no, it had a start, this is how something came from nothing, and it was nothing here.
So, okay, we can try from a different angle. What caused the movement of this Big Crunch or Big Bang?
Gravity.
Gravity doesn't exist, you know. Gravity, laws of physics are physical. Physical is a property of the universe.
Yeah.
So ask what caused the movement? It could not be in the laws of gravity.
Of course it can.
It could not. This is a property of the universe itself.
Yeah. And if the universe was infinite,
really dense.
and if the universe was infinite, the matter that exists within the universe can always apply on an infinite scale.
No, but these laws break down at singularity. This is what Stephen Hawking says in A Brief History of Time.
Our understanding breaks down at the
he says physics. He says all of these laws breaks down at the singularity.
Which maybe suggests that
So
maybe it suggests that's the point at which a different universe with a different laws merged into ours.
So now another one. You look around, you see all of this beauty, geometry, this symmetry, all of this sophistication, and you think it's accidental. I'm asking from a point of the atheist part of you. I know you're agnostic. Okay.
The trees are green because of chlorophyll. That's not an accident.
No, but is it guided process that achieved this, or is it unguided? Let's say your model is right. Let's say your Big Crunch or Big Bang or infinite universe, for the sake of it, is true. It still indicates that everything happens by accident. There is no guider.
No, it's not accident.
So is there a guider?
Following a very specific set of laws and processes of action and reaction.
So you don't have. Okay. So are you talking about chemical evolution, like as in determinism? Sorry, that everything is determined for you. You have no free will.
No, I'm saying that at any point in time there is an infinite possibilities that could happen based on certain parameters.
Okay, so why does it happen in these ways?
We add in those parameters, do we then nail in on a specific?
Who added those parameters?
Yeah, the intelligence, where's it coming from?
There's always an infinite amount of possibilities.
Look,
I could just start running down.
I'll give you an example.
I could jump up and down. Anything could happen.
How is there an infinite?
Because there's an infinite amount of calculations, possibilities of things that could happen at any one point.
So James,
it's only when you input the actual parameters of an event.
But James, we live in a very fine-tuned universe. You know that argument already, yeah? Look around you. I say the sophistication, the geometry, everything.
And what's
it? In Islam we say أَفَلَا تُبْصِرُونَ وَفِي أَنفُسِكُمْ أَفَلَا تُبْصِرُونَ. And in your own self, do you not think and look or ponder? Look at you. Are you an accident? Did you happen to be just once again? If I took a number of books and threw it out up in the air, would I expect to come up with Shakespeare?
I believe this is your mind's inability to understand and perceive the infinite, as is mine.
Yeah.
So
I've granted you infinite.
I look out upon the stars and I see thousands of barren planets filled with dirt and dust.
And we live in that barren one place. That shows even greater grandeur.
And then I look and I see another planet filled with water and filled with green and filled with lush. And I see another planet where its mountains are made of diamonds.
Yes.
So I look out.
Where's this mountain of diamonds?
Have a look into it. It's great. The high pressure creates a mountain of diamonds.
But carbon backbone is the only one that's able to sustain life, as we know.
No, we also think silicon potentially.
No, it'd be very short backbones with nitrogen as well.
Yeah.
But
we look to the darkest point of the night sky, and it was filled with Earth-like planets.
So the vastness of all of this universe should give you even more determination that we were not created for no purpose. The very fact that we have such parameters that gives us this fine-tuning. This is where I quoted you.
Fine-tuning. An infinite universe exists on an infinite scale, and you have an inability to perceive this. So everything
accidents don't produce beauty.
Ugly, horrible planets, and beautiful, lush green planets.
Accidents do not produce beauty. This is what I'm saying.
Of course they do.
Give me an example.
There's plenty of arts hanging in gallery where the artists themselves.
That's all art. Modern art is all. It's all rubbish.
Because of an accident. It came about because of a.
No. It required an artist. Art requires an artist. The creation requires a creator.
If it had a start point. Only if it had a start point. No start, no creator. If it's an infinite universe with no start point, it cannot be created.
Come on, mate. Come on.
No, where's the evidence
James.
of infinite?
Energy can neither be created nor destroyed.
That's the first term of
and that's in a closed system as well.
Okay.
And that's in an isolated system.
Yeah.
And also it doesn't show, it actually shows.
Where's the evidence that the universe was created?
Very simple.
Where's the start?
Very
Where's
simple.
the start point?
Very simple.
Where's the start?
You claim that the universe is infinite.
I believe that the evidence suggests that the universe
Where is your evidence that the universe is infinite? We don't have any such thing as infinite in the real world.
Because all we've been able to do is trace the universe back to an earliest point, that is billions and billions of years ago.
Which shows it's not infinite.
How? We've been able to trace back to an early point, and we do not know what came before that.
Okay. Can you demonstrate?
We've never been able to demonstrate, and you use this example all the time. We've never been able to demonstrate.
He knows you, yeah?
We've never been able to demonstrate something coming from nothing. Yeah. So there's your evidence.
But you wouldn't be
able
living.
to demonstrate something coming from nothing. So all the evidence leads us to believe that the universe, if it did not come from nothing, has always existed as something.
No. Can something come from nothing?
There's someone that can.
Can something come from nothing?
Not until we've demonstrated it can. Maybe it can, maybe it can't.
Mathematically.
Coming from the smoke houses in Quran, from the smoke.
Brother, 1 second. So, can 0 equal 1 mathematically?
0 times 0 equals to 0. 0 plus 0, 0. 0 minus 0. In all instances,
0 divided by 0.
is 0.
And what's 0 divided by 0, brother?
Nothing always
Infinity.
equals to nothing.
Infinity.
Nothing always equals to
0 divided
nothing.
by 0 is
You're talking, in mathematics, there is a potential infinite. I'm asking you in the real world, on an abstract. Can you tell me, can something come from nothing? Rationally, logically. You seem like an intelligent man.
Our current understanding says no.
So it wouldn't. Okay, good. The fact that something cannot come from nothing shows that it had a beginning. If it has a beginning, it can't be infinite.
It doesn't show that it has a beginning.
Okay, if you
Because
say...
there's still a possibility it could be infinite.
No, it can't.
We've demonstrated some possibility examples
Listen to
where the
what
universe
you
could be
said. What's your name?
The big crunch
James.
is one of those said examples.
James, if you say to me from nothing something cannot come, you have now demonstrated that there was a point of beginning. If you say
No, or is infinite.
not all,
There's two possibilities.
Okay, two possibilities. Let's go with nothing. You said from nothing comes. Good.
Yeah.
So therefore, something cannot come from nothing. Nothing is the absence of something. Therefore, if you accept that, it already debunks this point, which is infinite.
No, incorrect.
Okay, tell me.
What you're suggesting,
tell me why it's incorrect.
You're suggesting that it had a start point, okay.
Which is it cannot come from nothing. You've accepted it, which debunks the point of infinity.
So I'm saying there's two possibilities.
Yep.
Either it had a start point where it did not come from nothing and it creates an infinite chain unless you apply, but we know that argument. Or the thing itself is infinite. So you either have a start point where it's created, or it's infinite because something can come from nothing. So they're the only two possibilities.
Good.
It's either infinite and it did not come from nothing because it is infinite, or it was created. They're the only two.
Okay, good. So let's go with one of the possibilities. The first one, can something come from nothing? You said no. Therefore, you have now accepted that if it cannot come from nothing, it came from something.
No, or it did not come from at all.
1 second. Listen to me carefully. You cannot say it did not come from something at all. I'm saying, can something come from nothing? You're saying no.
Your language is mistaken. Come.
My language is
implies
English.
a start.
It cannot be mistaken. Now,
When you say comes from, you're implying a start automatically.
of course,
You're begging the question.
when I ask you, can something come from nothing, and you say no, it can't, you have accepted the fact that something gave rise to it.
So either it does not come from nothing or it doesn't come at all.
No, brother.
You're begging the question by saying coming.
Brother, I'm going to use a different argument. This is not working. Let's go to the argument of contingency. There are three types of existence. There is impossible existence, there is possible existence, and there is necessary existence. I'm going to demonstrate each one of them to you. Impossible existence is, can you have a triangle square?
No.
Good. So that's an impossible existence. We say bye-bye to that. The two only existence we're left with is possible existence, contingent existence, and necessary existence. Now, my definition of a contingent existence is that something that relies on something else for its existence. You, for example, and me, we require food, water, shelter, warmth to survive. Good. Our solar system, the gravitational force, our planet, our galaxy requires other elements in order for it to survive. Good. Now, we believe that you cannot have an infinite regress of dependent things. Do you accept that the universe is dependent or independent?
No, I believe you can't have an infinite regress, so you have to imply an infinite timescale to something.
Okay,
You're
good.
applying that to your creator, I'm applying it to the
I haven't said no creator yet.
No, but that's it.
Good.
It has to
So-
come. It has to end at an infinite.
Good. So
We can agree on that
Good.
one.
Good. That's good. So you accept. So you would say that the universe is dependent or independent?
I would say it's independent.
Good.
I'd say
Perfect.
it's-
Perfect. Good. Now me and you have something that we agree on.
I believe
Which-
so,
which
but I
is-
don't necessarily understand.
No, we do. Which is what? That we require something independent. All you've done is ascribed independency to the universe. Now I'm going to prove to you why the universe cannot be independent and that it is dependent. And if it is dependent, what does it depend on? Which is God. Now, you said the universe is independent. Good. Now I'm going to disprove that. How? My definition of the contingent thing is a thing that is composed of pieces, can be any other way, and is dependent on something else for its existence. You said the universe is independent. Is the universe composed of pieces?
No.
It's not. Are you not a piece of the universe?
No.
Is the sun not a piece of the universe?
It's composed of itself. Everything is the universe.
No problem. Are those things, like you said, in the universe, are they not a piece? Atoms, you, me, tree, sun, planet, are they not?
Okay, everything is the universe.
Are they not a thing?
Yeah,
Good. So they are.
things are the
Good. So they are. The universe is composed of pieces.
all of the pieces.
Perfect.
Everything.
Perfect. Now, can the universe be any other way?
Yes, it can be many different ways.
Thank you. We can have less galaxies, more galaxies. I could exist. You can exist.
It can be any. It can be any different way once that initial point, the dice roll had started.
The point is this, though. The universe can be any other way. Like I could have not been here. It would have been a bit boring. The life would be a bit boring. I mean, I'm joking. The point is this: you could have not been here. The trees could have not been here. Our planet could have not been here. So therefore, the universe could be any other way. Number one, we agreed it's composed of pieces. Number two, we agreed that the universe can be any other way. There can be 5 less galaxies or 5 more galaxies. That means that the universe is dependent. Because the fact that it is composed of pieces, the fact that it can be any other way, shows its dependency.
Okay, can I counter please?
Please.
So I'd say the fact that it's composed of pieces, and all evidence leads us to believe that those pieces can either be created or destroyed, just rearranged in different formats. And the fact that it could be many different ways, which leads us to believe that it could have infinitely rearranged itself in many different ways over an infinite timescale, does not prove that it's dependent. It's as much of an example as why it's independent.
The fact that you said that shows the dependency, because you've just now said that the first law of thermodynamics is that energy cannot be created or destroyed. We have energy within our universe. No problem. The fact that it changes form doesn't show that it is infinite. It infinitely relies on the necessary being.
It can never be created.
No. You're missing the point here. When we say energy cannot be created or destroyed, that does not mean that there was not a starting point. For example, we believe in paradise as Muslims, but we believe that the let me finish.
Can I just interject quickly?
Yes.
Can you name one energy source where you can provide a definitive starting point?
The energy itself, our whole universe. That's why I'm telling you.
No. Give me
our universe.
You said it's made up of pieces.
Our universe.
Give me one of those pieces.
Our universe.
Give me
very simple.
Give me one piece.
Our universe.
You said it's made up of loads of pieces.
Our universe is our universe made of energy.
No, not about the universe. You said it's made up of loads of pieces.
Our universe energy.
Just give me one piece.
One second.
One piece of energy.
I'm giving you all the pieces. Not one piece. I'm giving you all of it. I'm being extra nice today. Extra nice. I'm not worried. I'm giving you all of them. I'm not here to make anyone laugh.
You wouldn't be able to give an example.
No, I do, because I'm giving you the example as holistically. Our universe is composed of energy. The point I'm saying is the following. The fact that energy is a thing, and by the way, there is a set amount. Energy is not infinite in its amount. It cannot be created or destroyed. It changes form. If I take this book, argument's sake, and I set it alight, it hasn't gone anywhere. It's just changed form. I'm totally with that. It helps my point. It changes form, but in itself it is dependent. The fact that I can burn it, the fact that it changes form, is its dependency. Yes. So now my definition.
Because the thing it's changed form into this Quran.
Yes.
The matters, the atoms that make up this Quran.
Yes.
Was still in existence.
No problem.
2.3 billion years
That's
ago.
fine.
So you're saying it changes form, but it doesn't.
The fact that it changes. No.
You proved your entire point incorrect with that.
It does.
The Quran.
It goes from paper.
You burn,
it goes from
form.
paper. No, it's fine. But it goes from paper to disintegrating.
The atoms do not.
No problem. I never said that. I never said that. But it still has changed form. It's not paper anymore. Because otherwise, what are you? We all composed of atoms. The point I'm saying is, my definition of contingency was it is composed of pieces and it can be any other way. The universe. Tell me why it is. The universe is composed of pieces and it can be any other way, which shows that the universe is dependent.
Okay.
What does it depend on?
Because you can mathematically prove it. You could have an infinite system made up of a sub-infinite system.
These are just speculations. Can you look? Like I said to you before, the universe is composed of pieces and it can be any other way, like you admitted. That is dependency. It is dependent on those factors. Our universe will be never our universe if those factors were not in place. So therefore, now I've proven to you
Okay,
that
you're saying you
one
prove it,
second.
but let's say the
I have
hypothetical.
1 second. No, I don't do hypotheticals. Now I've proven
Because
to
they
you.
prove me wrong.
No, it doesn't, because it actually disproves you. Now I'm telling you, I've proven to you the universe is dependent. The question is, what does it depend on?
You said if something is made up of pieces.
Yep, and can be any other way. Can be any other way.
And can be any other way.
Yes.
That proves it's dependent.
Dependency.
And not infinite.
Yep.
But by definition, an infinite thing, if we're just saying something that is infinite.
No, demonstrate infinite. No,
can
show
be
me,
made
what
up
is
of
that thing?
pieces
What
and
is that thing?
change- And change.
What
from
is that thing?
infinite.
Show me this infinite. You know, you said to me, show me. No, it's not. The universe, I just demonstrated to you that it is not infinite because it is composed of pieces and it can be any other way. That is not infinity. So therefore, I'm telling you,
But you
it's-
just supposed an incorrect
I'm not.
definition
I'm not.
and
Tell
said that
me.
infinity does
Tell me
not
why
apply.
it is incorrect. My definition of something that is
Okay,
dependent
because-
is that something that
because if
requires
the
something else was
universe was made
existent.
up of a sum total of pieces, energy, that has been the
Dependency.
same from the start to
Dependency.
the end, and that just rearranges itself
Dependency.
over an infinite time scale, that still is made up of pieces and can be any other way.
And it is still dependent because
But
you
it's
said
still infinite.
no, it's not.
It's still
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Because it rearranges
is.
itself
No, it's not.
infinite.
No, it's not. It's post-eternal, meaning the following: that at one point it began. Post-eternally, it cannot be created or destroyed. It doesn't take away from the fact that it had a beginning point. You said if we had a set amount of energy, the moment you give a number to energy, it shows its
But
dependency.
you can have a finite series.
No, you cannot.
On an infinite scale. Yeah, I can have an infinite set of the number 2. That's still an infinite scale of 2s. It's a finite scale on an infinite scale.
No.
So finite, 2.
No,
Infinite.
no.
An infinite number of 2s.
We say-
so you can have finite pieces
No.
in the universe
No.
and it be infinite.
No, energy we can say is infinite. In what sense? Forever, it doesn't create or destroy. No problem. But in itself, in totality, it is dependent. So what I'm saying is in the following: I proved to you and showed to you that the universe is composed of pieces, and the fact that it can be any other way,
But you have not
it
proved
is
it's not
dependent.
infinite.
I have,
No, you
because the
haven't.
moment do you accept the universe is composed of pieces?
That could be arranged in an infinite number of ways.
Simple question: do you agree that the universe is composed of pieces?
That can be arranged in an infinite amount of ways, yes.
No problem. So yes, good. Can the universe be any other way?
In an infinite amount of ways.
That is dependency.
It's an infinite dependency.
Thank infinite dependency, which shows me that
shows we're both
okay, no. So which
that
shows,
was a joke,
which shows,
mate.
no, that's fine.
No,
Which shows that it infinitely is dependent on what?
That was a joke.
Something that doesn't
That was a
change.
joke that worked very well for me.
any other way.
I love that joke. Now, so infinitely it depends on what? Because you can have an infinite regress of dependent things because it's the fallacy of infinite regress. Therefore, what does the universe depend on now?
But again, you can have an infinite scale of numbers.
What does it depend on,
that
bro?
So the scale of even numbers.
I am starting to believe that you just do not want to
Okay,
believe in
can
God.
you let me answer the question?
Please do. Let's not laugh, guys. I'm not here to win an argument. I'm
you-
just trying to be
You said
genuine.
how can something be infinite and also have a dependency?
Yeah.
So let's use a number series. The even numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, and it goes on infinitely. We all know this.
That's mathematics.
Yeah,
That's abstract.
But it's an infinite scale.
No, I'm so
and
sorry.
It's still dependent. It's dependent on the fact it cannot be odd, but it's still infinite. 2, 4, 6, 8, infinitely.
no, it's
dependent on the fact it cannot be odd.
No.
A dependency does not mean it cannot be infinite.
Number one, you admitted in that category that you mentioned that it has dependency. Number two, that you
just disproved your argument that dependency.
no, you
negates
didn't. You said that number one, it can infinitely go on. No, it cannot. In mathematics, you can call it potential infinite, which means it is going, but you can never look. Infinite has no beginning, has no end. You can't add, you can't take away. You are saying 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 forever.
Doesn't make
That
sense.
it doesn't exist in the real world. In mathematics, there are infinites, but in the real world, it doesn't exist. So that's the reason why I will ask you again. The universe,
just your mind can't
the
perceive
universe.
it.
No, it's not, brother. Let me tell you something. You just say to me, I do not want to believe. Simple. Just say, look, listen.
I want
I don't
some
want to
evidence to
believe.
believe.
Look. No, you do, because I've just demonstrated to you the universe is dependent, and I've asked you a simple question. What does it depend on? Simple question. What does the universe depend on?
It doesn't depend on anything.
It does, because I just demonstrated to you that it is composed of pieces and it can be any other
you
way.
demonstrated that
So
energy
now,
can be dependent.
you cannot have an infinite regress of dependent things, meaning there has to be a point that it was given rise
So it
to.
has become infinite. You
No,
believe
it doesn't.
It's God, I believe it's
no.
me.
It can't be the universe, because my definition of
wrong.
an independent necessary being is the following. An independent being cannot be any other way. An independent being is not composed of pieces. An independent being is independent and is necessary. The opposite of that is the universe, because the universe is composed of pieces. The universe can be any other way. The universe is dependent. So now I'm asking you a question. Why can it be the universe but not God? Simple question. You've accepted independency. One second, brother. Why universe but not God?
I'm saying it could be both. That's my exact point. But the evidence.
You can't have two independent beings.
I'm saying it could be both. It can only be one.
Good.
But I'm saying it can be one or the other.
Thank you.
And at the moment, brother, and this is where we've arrived at.
Thank you. Yes.
There's a journey in your life has led you to believe that the evidence suggests that God is the end of that infinite regress.
Yes.
The journey in my life has led me to believe that the universe is the end of that infinite.
And I have just demonstrated to you and No, 1 second. I'm so sorry. I have just demonstrated you intellectually, rationally and logically by giving
just
valid arguments.
You keep asserting it doesn't
brother,
mean
I'm not asserting it. I'm giving you arguments
because
you're not even touching.
I've given you numerous counters.
No, you haven't, brother. You said to me 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Brother, you said even numbers going infinitely.
Okay.
I said, can you please demonstrate that in the real world?
Okay. The sum total of energy in our universe rearranging itself infinitely.
Can you please demonstrate to me the 2, 4, 6, 8? Please. The energy in our universe. The energy in our universe is not infinite. Not a single scientist will say.
So you've disproved Newton.
Thank you. No problem.
Please.
I'll repeat again. Nobody has ever come and said the energy within our universe is infinite. They have said that the energy cannot be created or destroyed, which is the first law of thermodynamics, meaning that it is not infinite. It cannot be created or destroyed. Do you understand? Look, please let me make you understand.
It changes form infinite.
Good, but it is not infinite. Please understand the difference. A matter that cannot be created or destroyed does not equate to it being infinite.
How can it not be infinite if it doesn't have
Thank
creation?
you. This is what I'm saying. For example, we believe in God. If God created, this is why I give you the example you didn't understand. We believe God creates paradise that we believe we're going to go to. Paradise is going to be eternal. Listen to me carefully. Meaning, paradise is always going to be there, forever. But it forever relies on the independent being to exist. Listen to me, please. Listen to understand, not listen to reply. So, therefore, we say, if God has created the universe, if God has created energy, we say energy now at this time has the property that it cannot be created or destroyed. I'm with you. Good. But doesn't mean energy is infinite.
So when you say that you're going to an infinite paradise,
yes.
Yeah, so God's created that infinite paradise for you.
Yes.
But that paradise is made up of non-infinite parts, such as yourself. Because you said it's made up of parts, right? This paradise. All of you are going to be there.
Let's see.
All these individual parts of paradise.
Inshallah, without Huralain. Yes.
Hopefully you will make it.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. I'd love to be there with you.
Yes. Inshallah. We would love for you to be there. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
Now, if you're all there, that means that paradise is made up of loads of different parts.
Yes.
All of you are different parts of that paradise. That does not prevent it from being infinite.
All finite. No. But our
so
definition...
the universe can be made up of lots of different parts, and it doesn't prevent it from continuing on infinitely.
Do you know the difference between post-eternal and pre-eternal? Post-eternal means that there was a point it started, and it will forever be there. Post-eternal. Post-eternal. Know the difference. Infinite is that it never began and it will never end. Your argument is that energy never began.
Yeah.
And I said to you, what? Can something come from nothing? You said no. Therefore you accepted that you cannot say energy never had a beginning, but from something, nothing. You can't. You're contradicting yourself.
It didn't come from anything.
Then how could you say...
No. Listen to me, bro, because I think you misunderstood the argument.
Maybe.
You're saying that I'm saying that energy can either be created or destroyed, it goes around infinitely. And then you're saying, where does that come from? If it goes around infinitely, it hasn't come from anywhere.
Brother, did you say...
That's the point.
Did you not say that something cannot come from nothing?
Yes.
Okay, please.
So the only two solutions...
Please hear yourself.
So my position is, something cannot come from nothing.
Thank you.
Which provides provides only two outcomes. Either it had a start and it had a creation, or it is infinite.
No, that's
They're the only two positions.
No, brother.
Which is why we agreed that to define our material universe, we have to arrive at a point of infinity. Yours is God, infinite creator. I stopped one step early because I don't believe there's enough evidence for me to take that extra step. I say the universe is
there is evidence, because the moment you say that something cannot come from nothing, you've given two possibilities. Either it was always there, or it began to exist.
Correct.
We say the universe began to exist.
I say it's always
and
been.
God has always been there.
Yep.
You're saying no, the universe has always been there, and you have zero evidence for it.
I have more evidence for that than you have.
Let me tell you something.
I've got more evidence for that than you have for your God. There's more evidence for that than there is for your God.
What's good? I would become an atheist now. I would become an atheist now.
Thermodynamics. Energy can either be created.
I'm so sorry. 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 The energy again is composed of pieces. It can be any other way. It shows a dependency. You are failing. You know what it is? You are afraid that God exists. You are petrified. You know why? Because when I ask you a question, when I tell you, no, you haven't.
I'd look at him and I'd say, I tried.
No, you didn't try.
Because I looked at all the
no, you
possibilities,
didn't, because I'm giving you clear. I am giving you clear-cut, logical, rational arguments you're rejecting.
If you came down and spoke to us all right now, we'd all be.
No, you wouldn't. You say my eyes are deceiving me.
No.
Yes, you would. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. So the point is, no, you wouldn't, brother. You're very clearly, you can see that when I break down the argument and I told you the universe is composed of pieces and can be another way, it is dependent. And the question I ask you is why it depends on. You're afraid, you're petrified to say, well, hold on a second. It has to rely on something that is infinite. You're afraid.
Made of pieces
you're afraid.
Still be arranged
No, it cannot. You're afraid. And from now on, I'm not going to waste my time, because you know what it is. And on the day of judgment, you have zero excuses. You know why? Because you are here. You just don't want to believe.
I'm sorry you thought this was a waste of time.
No, you don't want to believe. No, it's fine. Thank you very much. It's totally fine.
So I didn't think it was a waste of time.
I believe to me, I believe it's a waste of time. Why? Because I see insincerity in you.
That's a shame.
No, it's fine. I see insincerity in you because there are clear arguments.
And disingenuous.
It's not fine. I think we'll let the viewers decide that. It's very clear. I've spoken to many atheists. I speak to many atheists. Agnostics. Uqsum billah. Anyone that is sincere will come and say, that's true. The universe is composed of pieces. It can not be any other way. Therefore, the universe is not independent. It is dependent. And if it is dependent, alhamdulillah, it is clear. And anyone I've spoken to will say, that's right, bro. Even the staunch atheists will come and say, you know what? Yeah, it's something else. You know what they say to me usually? Okay, we believe that there is a necessary being, but I don't believe it's Allah. I'll say, at least they're honest enough to. A lot of atheists say, you know what? Okay, there is a necessary being that's independent, but how is it your Allah? Then I'm like, okay, we can have a discussion. With you, you're just adamant on what? The universe can be independent, but God, no.
I'm saying
the universe, and this is shirk. And this is shirk, brother. And let me tell you something. If the
evidence led me to believe,
you know what you're doing? You know what you're doing? Your God is the universe. Your God is the universe. You know the difference between me and you? I worship the true God. You worship the universe.
I don't worship.
You do.
And I derive my sense of morality based on what I believe to be good, not what someone tells me.
Does the universe have a will?
You think you're a good
man
because you do what you're told.
One second. No, I'm a bad man. I'm a sinful man. Do you believe the universe has a will?
No.
Okay, now I'm going to do another argument just to see if you're sincere or not. Now, do you believe, for example, energy? Does energy have a will? Does it have consciousness? Can you tell me now why energy that has no properties of consciousness and will can give rise to human beings like me and you who has a consciousness and has a will?
Because it's derived to beings that over a long process of evolution has an expanding and brain power to the point that we can not only recognise ourselves as a self, unlike a dog who looks in the mirror and doesn't know what it's looking at and growls at itself. We have an understanding of self. We can start to question ourselves and the world around us, and it allowed us to get to the point at which we can have that dialogue. It does not suppose a creator. You don't need a will to be able to have a sense of morality of looking around and understanding that my right to swing my fist ends at your nose. You don't need.
I dodge you and give you a right hook. Yeah. So that's a possibility as well, because when you believe in all possibilities, that could be a quite good possibility.
I'm saying my right to throw the punch ends at someone else's nose.
Yes, but they could do it. So now,
someone else. That's the logical sense of morality.
look why I asked him.
Do not oversee yours.
Look why I asked James. Look at the reply he gave me.
It was not a violent reply.
No, I never said it was violent. I'm not saying that. No, I'm
You're
not.
the one that started talking about left hooks.
I never talked about your punch. I'm talking about.
Someone else's face.
Once again, I didn't talk about that example. I've talked about all the stuff you went from a dog to. I asked you a simple question. I'll repeat again because you ran away from the argument, and that's why I believe you're disingenuous. I'll repeat again. Does energy have a will? Does energy have consciousness?
No.
Do you have a will?
Yes.
Do you have consciousness?
Yes.
Now listen to me very carefully, because your answer to this will show if you're genuine or not. Now, how does an energy that doesn't have the innate properties of a will and consciousness give rise to beings like you, who has a will and has a consciousness? It doesn't have the innate properties in it. How does it give rise to it? Can you please answer?
Because it starts as single-celled organisms, and over a long line of evolution, it expands brain power until you can develop the ability to question and gain.
One second, please, 1 second. Please, carry on.
And you can question things such as empathy and emotion. You can start to have deeper understandings because of our brain capacity.
Do you know?
Over a period of time.
I cannot believe. Do you know? I don't know what to say. What you've just said there is not only unscientific. You've just told me. Look, listen to me, brother. Does this bottle have the propensity and the properties to make a Ferrari? No. If I said to you, if we give it infinite amount of time, we'll have a Ferrari, would you believe that?
Yeah. Because, can I explain? Can I explain? One sentence.
Please explain.
Because in an infinite time scale, the particles that make up that bottle could rearrange themselves in billions and billions of years to inside a being like us that is comprised of different elements.
What is more reasonable?
That is comprised of different elements.
Brother, please, 1 second, please.
And so over an infinite billions and billions of years, the particles that make that up could eventually end up in a particle of a conscious being.
I'll repeat again. Does the properties in this have the capabilities to make a Ferrari?
It could make a conscious being who could then one day design a Ferrari.
I'll repeat again. I didn't say a conscious being. I said, can the properties in here make a Ferrari? Ever?
It could potentially make something that's similar to a Ferrari.
No, I'll repeat again. I'll repeat again. A Ferrari. No. Infinite amount of time. Can this make a Ferrari?
The particles inside that
can it make a Ferrari?
Could collect into a conscious being.
An engine, a steering wheel, a brake, a tire.
An automobile, billions of years in the future.
And this is. Do you see what I mean? Do you know what you are? No, you know what you are, James. James. This is why you have no grounds to stand in front of God. You know why? You're an extreme skeptic. I'm going to take a step level.
Can I just take one point?
Quickly, yeah.
Because do you believe that the particles that make up Earth came from out in space and collected into?
I don't know where they came. I don't. It doesn't bother me. Yeah.
I could have pointed to a particle out in space that eventually made up Earth and said, hey, do you think that would ever make a Ferrari? And you would have said no.
Yes.
But it collected and made Earth.
No, it didn't. Because to make a Ferrari, you need conscious will. And I've demonstrated to you, energy has no will, energy has no consciousness. It cannot ever. Time is irrelevant to the equation. If a thing doesn't have the properties to make something, time is irrelevant to the equation. That's why you're an extreme skeptic. I'm going to do.
A baby does not have the capacity to make a car.
I'm going to show.
If you give it some time, it can.
This is not a baby.
It has a will.
That's not a baby. This is not a baby. This is iced tea. Yeah. Now I'm going to take a step level to show your absurd worldview. Do you believe that there's a chance that you can become a dragon? No, you have to say it's not. No, you have to. What do you mean? You believe in all possibility?
Me?
Yes, you. Can you become a dragon?
As me? No.
Yeah.
Why?
So 1 second. Infinite amount of time that can make a Ferrari.
The particles that make me up one day could collect in some giant fucking lizard being,
Okay. So say yes. You're saying no.
No, not me.
No.
Particles that
no
make
problem.
me. And you said
no
no,
problem.
not the particles.
Is there a chance you can be a lamppost?
The particles that make me up.
Is there a chance?
Only if they chose to make them out carbon and nitrogen and hydrogen.
That's fine. Is there a chance that you can be a toilet? Because I'm going with your worldview. Forgive me, I'm not trying to be offensive, but I'm going with your worldview. Can you be a shoe? Don't think. You have to say yes.
Yeah. If you skin me into leather, I can be a shoe.
Okay, no problem. Can you be socks?
Now, I'm not made of cotton, so I'll be...
Yes. No. But no. You believe that if there's infinite amount of time, all things can be possible. If this can become a Ferrari, you becoming a socks is light work. So, to your worldview, do you see how absurd life becomes that you believe you can be a lamppost, a dragon, a toilet seat, a socks, and trainers? That's the reason why.
Because you're labelling human items to make the argument sound stupid.
That's the reason why you just don't want to believe, and I can't force you. There's no compulsion in Islam.
Do you think you can become a mushroom?
Thank you,
Just
James.
one more
No,
argument.
I can't.
Okay, well, when you die, mate, you're going to decompose into mushrooms.
No, I can't.
So I've got bad news for you, brother.
Thank you very much. I'd rather be a mushroom than think like you.
Well, I'm going to be a dragon.
I'd rather be a mushroom. I'll be a mushroom all day, every day.
Thank you for your time, brother. It was all in good spirit. Thank you, guys.
If you refer to that argument that you gave, so if you go to the philosophy that if you break down something, if I break the particles down and make something else, if that and it can inherit origin is fine. If I break
Where's Armine? Where's Armine?
Üstünde yok.
Bizim kamera nerede?
Çekmedik ki bunu biz.
Niye?
I don't know bro. Vallahi ben yanında...
Why do you guys record it?
Vallahi I didn't know if you wanted to do it.
What do you mean? Are you guys for real?
Like break down into
How are you? You're an American. There is a billion information in your DNA. And each of is responsible for something, and it's trying to. For example, a particular gene is responsible for your hair color. A particular gene is responsible for your skin color. A particular gene is responsible how your kidneys are structured, right? So each of those information has a purpose.